Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of really Onslow County where a firefighter was injured battling a fire. Now, County Fire Marshal Jeremy Foster says that a home on Bear Creek Road is now a total loss after crews were called to the fire last night. Now, when Onslow County Fire and Rescue crews arrived, they saw heavy fire conditions at the home, according to the Swansboro Fire Department. Now, fire crews worked through snow and ice to extinguish the fire. Though no one was inside the home at the time, Foster says a firefighter was minorly hurt while battling the flames. Now, that firefighter was treated and released. Several departments assisted in fighting the fire, including the Hubert Volunteer Fire Department, Piney Green Volunteer Fire Department, Pumpkin Center Volunteer Fire Department, and the Maysville Fire and EMS. Onslow County EMS, the Onslow County Sheriff's Office, and the NCDOT were also on scene providing aid. And now we want to talk about President Trump's push to nationalize elections. NBC's Alice Barr has more.
President Trump doubling down.
I want to see elections be honest.
On controversial comments out this week in a podcast with his former deputy FBI director.
The Republicans should say, we want to take over. We should take over the voting in at least 15 places. The Republicans ought to nationalize the voting.
Democrats calling that an assault on the Constitution, which dictates that the states run elections.
This is more dangerous autocratic poison from Donald Trump.
Top Republicans in the House.
It's always been the responsibility of the states to administer elections.
And Senate also calling this a constitutional issue while pointing to the SAVE Act, a Republican bill requiring proof of citizenship to register to vote that the White House said President Trump was referencing.
Ensuring that only citizens of this country vote in our elections, that's something I think we all agree with.
It's already illegal for non-citizens to vote in federal and state elections. It all comes as President Trump continues to falsely assert the debunked claim that the 2020 election was stolen through widespread fraud. In a dramatic escalation, the FBI last week raided a Fulton County, Georgia election center, seizing ballots and other records related to the 2020 election. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard observed the raid, and two sources say she facilitated President Trump speaking by phone directly to FBI agents involved in the search, sparking more outrage among Democrats as a senior administration official pointed to Gabbard's role in election security. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, thank you, Alice, for that report. We now turn to your weather forecast. And right now, again, we've got our sights set on a wintry mix coming in later on tonight. It will likely last at this point through at least Thursday midday. Some models are now pushing this back even further into your Thursday evening and Thursday afternoon. The later it gets, the less likely we are to see any sort of major accumulations. Never really looking at major accumulations, but really accumulations in general. Is right now we're anticipating about 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulating across eastern North Carolina, particularly areas I would say along and north of Highway 264. South of 264, you still again have the opportunity for picking up a bit of a glaze of ice, maybe up to 1/10 of an inch. But as far as snowfall goes, looking at a dusting to maybe an inch at best. This is not the same type of scenario that we just went through this past weekend with a coastal low flinging quite a bit of moisture back over eastern North Carolina. While this is an area of low pressure that will again be putting moisture back over colder air, the low pressure system itself isn't going to have the same access to that moisture that we saw with this past weekend system. So, anticipating some slick roads as we head into your Thursday morning, particularly for inland areas around bridges and overpasses. That's where I think we could most likely see the slickest of spots. But right now, Eastern North Carolina is seeing rain showers come down, light raindrops at this point. Each drop that falls, though, is going to, again, help melt snow away. Each of those raindrops right now is sitting at about 40 degrees in terms of air temperature, or water temperature, that is. So as that drop falls and hits the snow, it is going to, again, transfer that energy to the snow. It will not freeze. It'll help create, again, more and more melting. So if you're waiting for the snow to depart, the rain showers that we've got today will certainly help in that regard. Air temperatures in the mid to low 40s, also helpful when you're trying to melt snow. We may end up seeing air temperatures climb into the mid to possibly upper 40s this afternoon, depending, of course, on how strong winds are going to end up blowing later on today. Right now, haven't seen much of a breeze. When compared to yesterday, many of us are sitting about 3 to 7 degrees warmer. Right now, more of a northeasterly breeze present across more of our northern counties. But as you get down to some of our southern counties, namely Duplin, Onslow, Jones, even Craven County, seeing more of a northwesterly wind right now, but winds very, very light. Not much there. If again, that low decides it wants to shift a little bit further south, that brings more cold air into eastern North Carolina. But there, that low, you can see it pulling away from the east. And as it does that, it's going to be taking its moisture along with it. And while we will end up seeing quite a bit of a cold start to your Friday, air temperatures down in the mid to low 20s, do note that we are going to be seeing most of the snow on the ground melt away. May end up seeing some ice on the roads early Friday morning. I'm not anticipating much. So let's take you through tonight, because tonight is the first alert weather day. Tonight is what matters. It's what is going to be impactful. Well, tonight into tomorrow morning and really tomorrow afternoon as well. So by the time we get to around 5 o'clock today, everyone is looking at light to moderate rain showers coming down. From there, we watch that rain snow line slowly drift southward across the east, gradually overnight Wednesday night into Thursday morning. By the time we get to around 1 a.m., that rain snow line still expected to stretch from about Elizabeth City back towards Rocky Mount and kind of heading towards the Triangle. Not quite cold enough to create any sort of ice accumulations at that point. But as we head towards 4, 5, 6, 7 a.m. in the morning, air temperatures are likely going to be down below freezing across many inland areas. We're anticipating overnight lows tonight to dip down to around 28, 29 degrees. That is cold enough to create some accumulations. The problem is that all of the rainfall that's going to be coming down today and into tomorrow will also help keep those ground temperatures from falling very quickly. The air is going to cool off faster than ground temperatures are. So even as we head towards, I would say around 7, 8 a.m., ground temperatures may still be around 32, 33, 34 degrees. Now, coming into your Thursday at around 9, 10, 11 a.m., ground temperatures by this point, again, could be down around 32 degrees. And this is where we would then pick up that opportunity for perhaps a dusting of some snowflakes. But here's kind of an interesting part to this forecast is that models are suggesting we hang on to moisture even all the way to around 5 p.m. Now, while that moisture may come down as snowflakes, you again note the rain showers further back towards Raleigh and Rocky Mount. This looks like more model error, or the model not exactly sure of what it actually wants to do, where that cold air truly is. If we were to take this again as gospel, you would assume that eastern North Carolina, at least a hefty chunk of it, would be stuck in a sub-freezing air mass while being surrounded by an air mass that is above freezing, back towards Raleigh, then into Rocky Mount. Again, you're seeing some green on your screen. Wherever you see the green, that's where model believes that the air temperature is going to be too warm to support snowfall or even freezing rain and sleet. So that is certainly something we'll continue to keep an eye on. And yeah, Sean Edmonds, I am serious now. Yes, we are again looking at a chance of some more snowflakes, but it's going to be difficult to get a lot of it to stick. Yeah, they'll come down, but ground temperatures aren't really going to play along with yet again another snowfall system. It's certainly not going to be like what we had this past weekend. Maybe Little accumulation of ice, about 1/10 of an inch, and a dusting to an inch of snow is what we are anticipating for this system. Here's a look at your full 8-day forecast. 80% chance of really precipitation coming down tonight into tomorrow. Obviously today we're already seeing raindrops across eastern North Carolina, then 38 degrees on Thursday. That's important to note. That 38 degrees is likely going to be here through the afternoon when those snowflakes you saw there around 5 p.m. That 5 p.m. air temperature is still going to be above freezing. So even though snowflakes may fall, doesn't look like they're going to be sticking to the ground. Certainly not with 38-degree air temperatures down at ground level. Now 20 degrees overnight Thursday night into Friday, and any sort of lingering moisture that tries to stick around even into Thursday evening, that will then become problematic. That is looking like we could potentially see something stick at that point once we get past sunset on Thursday. Air temperatures will fall quickly as skies clear and air temperatures drop. So if we again still have some moisture, whether it's rain or sleet or even snow on the ground, it will freeze overnight Thursday night into Friday morning, creating some slick spots early in the day on Friday. Now through the day on Friday, we've got lots of sunshine planned. Air temps back in the mid-40s, low 40s coming up for Super Bowl weekend. Of course, you can catch the game on WITN this year. 41 degrees Saturday, 42 on Sunday, 48 on Monday, and then we are back to our seasonal average, coming back to the low to mid-50s for Tuesday, mid to upper 50s coming up by the time we reach next Wednesday. It's been a while since we've been able to say we are looking at at least average temperatures, so it's going to be nice. This will be the first time, certainly in February, where we can say we are above average. But for now, that's all we have time for. We will be back with more news and weather coming up at noon. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday.